live on my phone. There we go. I'm just waiting for it to come up on my laptop. It takes a few minutes. My internet is terrible, so I'm literally hotspotting to do this live. So, this morning we have a gender reveal cake, so I've had to do like a very thin final coat on it because the crumb coat was in the colour of the gender, and I was worried that like you never know who's watching, so I was like, oh, what if someone sees it and then they, you know, say to their friend, oh, I saw a cake that was this colour. I was like, I just don't want to risk it, like you just never know. So yeah, I was like, I want to make sure that hopefully you can't tell what gender it is from the base, and then we're gonna final coat it and do the piping. I think I've got enough buttercream because it's only a 6-inch, so I've made what I would normally make, but where you've got the piping on it, it's hard to tell whether it needs a bit more. So we got that, and then I'm also going to give you a quick peek because I didn't do a live last night just because I got home way later than planned, and I thought people, not necessarily people won't watch because I know you guys like the lives, it's more that I was so tired that I literally would have been a mute, so I didn't bother. But I thought I'd show you the cake anyway, because it is gorgeous. So I did the like flowers last night. It probably took me about half an hour to final coat it, then I shoved it in the fridge for like 10 minutes and then did the flowers. But I am absolutely obsessed. Look at the little, can you see the little white ones? They're just, oh, I just love it. Like, I think I've really outdone myself on this one because I just thought it looked gorgeous. But yeah, so that's being collected pretty much any minute. I mean, I think I'm going to box that up actually because I just looked at the time. But the person hasn't replied. They're meant to come between 9 and 10, but they double checked with me this morning what time to collect, so I don't know if they're still coming between 9 and 10, but yeah, I'll need to box that up. But I think I can do that in like, once I've done this, because it won't take me long. So, we are going to final coat this, and then what do you call it? Do the piping on the top. I didn't have much of my nude left, which really annoyed me because that's the only problem with the colour mill. They feel like they've got so much more in them, and then I like opened it up and it just had nothing in it. So it's not as nude as I would like, but it's not like white, I don't think. My eyes can't really tell, but it's definitely not the same colour as the base, which wasn't didn't have any colouring in it. And then it's obviously a heart cake. It's cookies and cream flavour, and the what do you call it? The top is going to say it's and then ... which I've actually done before. So this cake is like a copy of one that I've done before, which I absolutely love because it was such a cute design. Oh gosh, so many air bubbles. And then I'm just going to do a few lines across the top because it never needs as much. There we go. side just doesn't want to do what I want it to do. Right, so we just need to tidy up the back. Yes, it's just this bit here. Trying to work out what will be covered. That won't be covered by the piping, so okay. I think we're gonna leave the base there, because you know what I'm like. I try and get every tiny little thing sorted, and then I end up messing it up even more, because the more you go around it, just the more air bubbles come out. So we need another bag. And then we are using the Finch Bakery 1E nozzle, so it looks like that. Could just be me, but the sound is a little muffled. Let me double check. Could just be me, but the sound is a little muffled. I just checked on my laptop and it seems fine. So I'm not sure whether it's like maybe internet or something. I'm not very good with these kind of things. But I've checked on the laptop and it seems to be okay. I hate when the piping bags, like, why are they that big? Because it's just too much. Too much. Morning, Julie, how are we? Right, let's try this again. And then this one needs cutting down a bit. Right. must just be me. Oh, that's so annoying though. I think it must be like Signal maybe. All I can think. Right. I need a glass. Good evening from Australia. That is actually mad. Like, it's obviously morning here. It's 8:30 in the morning. So it's kind of mad that someone is watching from that far away. Oh my God. You know what, I might have just done it. Might have just about done it. Why does this always happen to me? I literally have I always make like either way not enough, way too much, or like can you see that? I need more for the top anyway, but there's literally a tiny hole. That's so annoying. Why? Why does this happen? Yep, not enough. I'm one thing too small. So we're gonna need more buttercream. So bizarre, it's 5 PM. Mad. Yeah, it is the morning here. But it's quite cool that someone is watching from that far away. I'm just going to take that bit off because it wasn't like a full thing. But look, there's literally that tiny gap. How sad is that? But yeah, I need a little bit for the top anyway. So we'll need that piping bag. These ones can go in the bin. That can go in the bin. We're going to shove the cake in the fridge and then I'm going to make more buttercream. Also, I'm not sure if you saw it because some of you joined late, but this was the cake I did last night, but I got back really late, so I was doing this at like 10 PM, so I thought I wouldn't be much company because I was so tired, so I just didn't want to talk. But yeah, I absolutely love it. The person is collecting anytime. So I need to box that up, which I am going to do now. So we're going to make some more buttercream, and while that's all mixing, we can box up the cake. Love a multitask. So we're going to use the same thing because it's the same flavour, obviously. So we're going to shove that bad boy back on there. I've got a block that I took out to soften. Softened quite a bit. Can't actually get the wrapper off. There we go. Palette. Right, let's move him back. Apologies for the noise. this around. Oh, goodness. And then I just remembered I need to go outside and take a photo of that because I took one inside, but it's always like weird lighting because we've got so many windows in this room that you get a lot of glare. So you're getting like light from all angles, if that makes sense. Whereas it just looks better outside. I also tried, what do you call it? You know, like people have backgrounds and stuff. I literally bought a backdrop and I hate it. Like I've got a white backdrop, I've got a marble one, and I just don't like how it looks. Like I personally like photos of cakes just like on a side with a plain background where you can see that it's a worktop, or outside. I don't like it looking too like photo shooty. Don't know if that's a word. But yeah, so I've got all that backdrop and stuff, but I just don't use it because I just don't like the look of the photos. Like the photos on their own might look good, but it's more like on my feed I don't like the look of it. I'm going for the more like rustic look, so yeah, I'm gonna take photos of that outside. I like your garden backdrop. Yeah, it's we've got a really big garden, but there's like lots of flowers and stuff in the background because my mum's into gardening, so yeah, there's just like flowers and like nice things everywhere. So kind of like wherever you stand, there's always like a nice distant backdrop, and then the immediate backdrop is like grass, so it just looks really like fresh and summery, and I love taking photos outside. So yeah, if I can, then I usually do. Obviously if it's raining, it's not going to happen, but it's not today, so it's not that sunny, but I just need the backdrop and the light, like the above light opposed to, because like in here we've got downlighters, so it puts like shadows on the cake. I'm gonna mix this up, go and take a photo outside. However, my phone is on live, so I'm gonna have to nick one of my parents' phones. Go take photos outside, and then I can box it up because I've said 9 till 10 to her, but I don't know. I don't know if she's gonna come early. I've just got to send the address. Right. I'm back. She asked me to send her the address, so I've just sent that over. So yeah, I am going to take photos of it now because I imagine that she might be here at 9, who knows. Go on then. Hey. Right, I'm going to put this back on mixing. Apologies, because that's all you're going to hear. And then I'm just nicked my dad's phone, so I'm going to take photos of this cake and then send them to myself so that I can finish boxing out. And then once we've mixed this, we'll do the It's A and that tiny little bit of border that I didn't have enough buttercream to do. So yes, right. Apologies, you might want to turn the sound down about now. Done! Right. I didn't need it that tool, did I? Forgot to cut them down. Gosh! Right. I will answer your question, but you won't be able to hear me at the moment, so... Right. I'm going to mix the ice and sugar in by hand because I only have silver spoon and we all Is the light back? My alarm went off. Right, I think it's back. It's not back on my phone, but we're just gonna have to forget about the phone. As long as you can see me, that's the main thing. Right. Yeah, I'm going to mix it in by hand because I've only got a silver spoon and it's a massive pain to clean up, so I am not going to get this all over my kitchen. Right, what was the question that I was going to answer? How's the cake van? Oh, it's good. There was some dramas with my car, as you would have seen from the video, but the van arrived on Friday. I drove it for the first time yesterday. I'm still getting used to like the range and stuff on it, because I've never had an electric vehicle at all. It's just learning when it's going to run out, because it can say that it's got, say, 50 miles, but it might not do 50 miles. So I'm just not leaving it to the last minute as to when to recharge it and stuff. So I recharged it yesterday, and I think that was the first charge that it had in a while. I don't think the dealership had charged it, because when they delivered it on the back of a van, like a truck. So they didn't have to drive it here, and it said that it had 65 miles, which is not a lot. It's meant to have 120 range at least. So I obviously didn't expect that when I bought it, and I forgot to ask. I'd asked with all the others, but I forgot to ask with that. And obviously I bought it now, so I can't do anything about it. But when I drive to weddings and stuff, obviously that's like, say, once every 2 weeks max I would have a wedding. And then if I drive to my partner's, that's again like once every 2 weeks. But driving around Aylesbury, I wouldn't have to charge it. I'd charge it once a week, and then I could drive around my town, go to the gym, go to the shops, and it just wouldn't use anything, because in eco mode, driving around town, it uses absolutely nothing. It's when you go on like big roads that it uses more, because you're doing more miles per hour. But yeah, it is good, and I'm excited for like when I've got all the logos and stuff on it. I'm planning to inquire with someone for hopefully like the end of this month to get some logos on it, and then the end of next month to get the designs on it, because I can't do it all in 1 month. So I'm thinking if I split it, then I at least have something on there, so it's not a plain van. So I'm thinking if I do the logos first, then at least that has my name on it, and then I can do the, what's it called, the decals, like the cake designs. I can do that the next month. So that is my plan. But yeah, so I drove it yesterday. The first time when I drove it to Hemel, because I went out for the day, it used like almost 40 miles, and I was very scared, because I was like, oh my gosh, it's only going to drive me one way, which is like not good. So imagine like every 30 miles you drive, you had to fill up with petrol. That's really bad. So I was panicking. But then on the way back, once I charged it and it had a fresh charge, like I said, I don't think the people had charged it for a while, then it only used 10 miles to do a 20-mile journey. So then it was like really efficient. So I think it's just it needed a bit of charge, you know. I think they probably had it sat on a forecourt for ages and hadn't charged it, because if it isn't driving anywhere, then they wouldn't need to. The battery just stays charged. So yeah, on the way back it was a lot better, so that was good. But I filmed me getting it charged, and I filmed like my first drive in it, and then I'm going to do a tour as well. So I think I'm going to put that all in one video, because I thought I can do the tour showing you around it as like a fresh thing with no racking, no logos, etc. And then put the test drive and the charging thing in there. And then in another video I'll show you the process of racking it, but that will be like a vlog over multiple weeks, because it's not going to be immediate. So yeah, I need to put all the racking in, do all of that jazz, So there's a lot of things to be doing on it, but I haven't got like, oh, there's a hole. I haven't got as many things booked, like plans, after next week. So then that means that I'll have a few weekends where I could work on it. Look at that, I'm literally just pouring it in there. Imagine if I had that in my mixer. I hate silver spoon, but I obviously have run out of my what do you call it, Tate and Lyle dupe that I get, because Sainsbury's and Aldi both do, it's not Tate and Lyle, but it's the same type of sugar, so it doesn't fluff up. It'll be interesting to see how we transport cakes. Yeah, so it's all kind of based on the racking that you put in the back. I do need to transport a cake next weekend, which is a 2-tier, so I think I'm going to put a temporary thing in the back so that it doesn't slide around. But it's basically like people put these like grids. So say you have like one side which is shelving, then on this side you'd have little grids on the floor which you then put the cake in, and it like stops it from moving basically. So that is the plan, but I need to do some research and then figure out which thing is going to be the best option before I actually start doing it. But yes, that is the plan. What I'm going to do is I'm going to mix this mostly by hand, and then I'll shove it back in the mixer. But I just like to do the first bit. I just want to take this out, so I didn't need that much. So I've only done like half the block. Right, what am I doing? My alarms keep going off. Right. So we literally need about that much, not even that, for this bit. And then, oh yeah, I couldn't find it yesterday. I've just remembered. I couldn't find my writing nozzle, so I don't know where that's got to. Ah, I've just found it. It was underneath all of my cookie cutters. So you just want a nozzle like this, so that when you write you get a nice like sharp edge. Right, so we don't need that one yet. Oh, Jules has made tea. Don't get on my laptop.
I'll put it over there.
Yeah. Right. So we are literally piping that tiny little gap. Like so. Gosh. With no other gaps. I need to just wipe around the board, but this one isn't actually being collected until tomorrow morning. I'm just way ahead. So it's just a little mark. Right. Hit it. There we go. Right, we're going to fill this one up. I don't need this much, but I do find that when you're piping words, it's easier if you have more piping in there. Okay, that one's done. I'm going to put some little white sprinkles, I think. I swear I reorganised these drawers and now there's too much stuff in them again, so back to the point where I can't shut them. Okay. I love cupcakes. I bought some tins a few months ago and I've been experimenting. They're a bit tricky to ice. Yeah, to be fair, it's a knack to ice in them. Like once you get the technique down, then they're really easy. It's pretty much just that bit, obviously. I find that you have to like be really quick with it. If you're too slow, then that's when I end up messing it up. So I go round here, then I do a very sharp like turn and then come back out, and then as you can see you usually end up with a line there. I think you can see it. You can't really do much about that because of the way that you have to go in that sharp edge, but I do love how they turn out because they are very, very cute. So can you see the top? Yeah. So it's just got Itza, and then when they cut it open, the buttercream on the inside is coloured to match. So yeah, I normally do the sponge is coloured, but because yeah, I normally do the sponge, but because this one is cookies and cream, the sponge is a bit darker. So I didn't do the sponge, I did the buttercream because I didn't want to risk it not being the right colour, you know. So I left the sponge as it was, because where it's got Oreos in it, it kind of makes it a darker sponge. So like I say, a bit harder to colour. So I just did the buttercream, but that's why I had to do like a bit of a final coat before I showed you guys, because I didn't want anyone to see it, because I never know who watches these, obviously. I do have some people that have ordered a cake and watched the live of me making it. So yeah, I never like to say if it's like a gender reveal, just in case someone is watching and they know that I'm making it. But yeah, so those are the two cakes. Sorry I didn't do a live for the other one yesterday, but like I say, it was very late and I was so tired that I just wanted to get it done. But we've got some brownies on Friday, but I won't do a live for that. That will just be orders that I've got. And then I have a 2-tier cake on Saturday, but I need to have it done on Friday because I'm out in the evening, and then I'm coming back in the morning to deliver the cake and then be out again for the day. So yeah, I'm probably going to do a live for that cake. It's a princess themed cake. It's a bit different to what I do normally actually. It's a slightly shorter 2-tier, so it's only 3 layers, and the base is like rosettes all round, and then the top is like that indentation, but it's obviously going to be on buttercream, so I'm just going to like draw the indents in the buttercream. And then we've got a little crown to go on the top, which is so cute, and then there's also a mini crown like that. So yeah, I'm excited for that one. It looks good. But the person lives right near my house, so and they asked me to deliver it, so I said I would. So yeah, and then the weekend after we've got an 8-inch, so there will be a live for that. And then June is also not June. God, I've just skipped a month. May. May is also cakes. Like there's a cake every weekend. But like this weekend, I had 3 cakes, and until like Monday this week, I had 1 and cupcakes. So the other 2 literally booked in with a couple of days' notice. So yeah, we've got a cake every weekend in May, and a few in June. But like I say, people seem to be booking very last minute, so I think there'll probably be even more lives. So that's good for you guys. But yeah, so there will be a live for the next couple of weeks for the cakes that I've got. But yeah, that is those 2 cakes though. So I hope you enjoyed. And I'm planning to get the van tour up in the next couple of days. I'm hoping that I might have time to film it today. Fingers crossed. So yeah, hopefully you'll see a bit more van content over the next few days. But yeah, hope you enjoyed. Bye!